Running a website can be expensive. That's why it's important to protect your website from hot linking. That's when a different website embeds your web files on their web page without your permission. Sometimes you might actually want to allow embedding. YouTube and Reddit are great examples of this. Recently, I created the r/Photics subreddit. In this early stage, it's mainly just a list of the latest Photics TV videos. All three parties here agree. YouTube says it's cool, Reddit says it's cool, and as the content creator, I'm cool with it too, as I have embedding turned on. What if you're not cool with it? What if you uploaded your Hype project to your personal website, but now some nefarious third-party website is embedding your content? This is easily accomplished with an iframe. The offending website could simply put your content in a box on their webpage. You're paying for the bandwidth while they're displaying ads around your Hype project. Well, since I'm running Apache, I use an htaccess file with a rewrite condition to block hot linking. It basically says that if the website is not photics.com, then don't allow the following file types to be loaded. But what to do if you're not running Apache, or what to do if you don't have such access to the web server? That's not too difficult of a scenario to imagine. Perhaps you're just using Tumult's WordPress plugin to upload Hype projects. That's what this video is about. You can add a little bit of JavaScript code to your Hype project to help protect against hot linking. Here's how it works. If you visit the example on photics.com, the link is in the description, you can see that there is an unlocked emoji. And that's pretty much it. That means it's working. The unlocked content is being shown. If this Hype project was not loaded from photics.com, the first scene would be shown, which displays the locked icon. 9 lines of JavaScript code creates this anti-hot linking measure. The first line is for convenience. It's an easy way to change the allowed website. In this case, it's photics.com. The next 2 lines fetch important information. What's the name of the website that the Hype project is loaded from? That's the window host name. The parent host name is for checking if there's an iframe. If you're not familiar with window.location.hostname or parent.location.hostname, this web project includes comments to display the results. Just load up the developer tools to see the comments. Looking at the example page, all 3 values are the same, so the project loads without trouble. Going back to the JavaScript code, line number 4 is simply for readability. Isn't that easy? Line number 5 is where it gets a little complicated, but not too bad. It's a conditional. It basically says if the host name equals the OK name, then we're good. Or if the host name is 127.0.0.1, then we're also good. That second part lets you preview your Hype project on your local computer. You can see this when you hit the preview button in Hype and then view your project in a web browser. Just look at the URL. There you can see 127.0.0.1. Line number 6 is the second conditional. This part handles iframes. If the parent host name equals the window host name, then the condition is true. In other words, if where this project is being loaded from seems to be okay, then run the code inside. That's line number 7. It's using the Hype JavaScript API to load the next scene. The first scene is the locked icon. The second scene is the unlocked icon. Lines number 8 and number 9 just close up the conditionals. 33% of this code is just neatness, so that's nice. Now, this isn't exactly Fort Knox level security. It's just a deterrent. One easy way to bypass this limitation is for the offending website to simply take the files off the web server and host it on their web server. That solves the hot linking problem, but then you have a copyright infringement problem. However, the offender would also have to change the code to prevent the website check. This is where you have to remember the most important lesson of this video. When fighting things that are bad, it is critical that you do not become bad yourself. When the project is first taken off your website and then hosted on another, the offender might not know that you've added this code. Now, you could add a polite message saying how this content is copyrighted. However, there are more nefarious possibilities. That's why this video includes a reminder. It's important to stay professional. Anyway, that's the 9th hype template and the 9th hype video in this series. This template was created almost 6 years ago. Is this still a big issue? More importantly, has this template helped you? If so, you can let everyone know in the comments. And if you'd like to learn more about Tumult Hype, you might like a book about hype. It's a detailed guide on how to use this powerful web animation software. Thanks for watching.